Hey everybody. How are you guys doing? Hopefully I won't get no shenanigans tonight. It seems like people are just so full of themselves, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully everything will go smoothly. There will be no shenanigans. And I don't know what is going on with my YouTube. What I've been finding is that I get to a certain level and it just shuts down. So I really sorry about the live the other night because it's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying my best, you know. It's what it is, you know. So how's everybody? I hope everybody's good. I'm doing good. Things are positive and things are good. There's a lot going on with the business. I'm happy that I can sit here and talk to you guys. I'm going to try to go live a little more because there's just so much things I want to talk about that, I want you guys to understand that. And I think I left a short for you guys to give you an understanding of how busy my life has gotten since I started scaling the business. And my coaching is getting more busier. So it's just been really hard to like come on and to give you, 100% of me. And I do apologize for that, but it's just been really hard. And but anywho, right now I am still working on the website, doing integration, doing all that stuff that I was doing. um this shift has been profound for me. A few years, well, last year, it's been a year, I was working independently in a salon and they closed. So I had to like literally start really focusing on my business. And sometimes things happen and they happen for a reason. And I think sometimes it's good. It doesn't matter what the negative of it may be, it's still like it's a good thing because it pulls you out of your comfort zone. It makes you change how you're moving. And so don't think that like during this time that if the bad things start happening and you're just not feeling like what I'm gonna do is to so you can start drawing from the rivers that are fresher, because sometimes we get stagnant. And when I think about it now, at the time when it happened, I was in total panic. I was in total panic. So I was just freaking out, like literally just freaking out. But then I started realizing that this was happening for me for by design to give me an opportunity to um, really do what I've always wanted to do. And that's just work my business like full time. That's like, that's what I wanted. And that's what I felt that was my purpose. But then what happened was I got caught up in the matrix. Sometimes we get caught up in the matrix, and the matrix, next thing we know, we just looked in, like it's like we picked through the peephole, and the next thing we know, we all in the experience of the matrix. And so, and hopefully in this life, we will not be shut down. I don't know what's going on with my lives because I get started and then it goes poop, and then I don't have a live, and then I lose my rhythm, and then I just say fuck it, I don't want to deal with it. But anywho, it's just like right now, some beautiful things are happening and with the business. But I just really wanted to talk about and I hate, I've been trying to talk about this subject for quite some time, but I hate talking about it, but I need to talk about it because it is something that is needed to talk about. And I wanted to talk about the spirit. I call it a spirit. It's a spirit of narcissism. And as we all know, it's rampant right now in our society. It's rampant. And being a coach, I have seen so many narcissistic people. I'm just like, some the things that people are dealing with is just crazy. So I kind of wanted to talk about that because um, just being able to identify, literally, how do you know that somebody is in the process of gaslighting you? And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, if somebody comes into your life and start promising you things, like you know them 2 weeks, and they start promising you things, they start telling you that you are somebody they will love and take care of, or, and this is for women. If it's a man, she's telling you, that you don't even got muscles, but she'll say you got muscles. um and what's so interesting about that, because they do the love bombing to get you kind of addicted to that high that you get by being accepted. And let me tell you, empaths get caught up in this every day. I don't know what it is about empaths, because empaths are really givers, and they like doing acts of service, and it's something about that act of service they always try to do, and they're constantly trying to be pleasing. And I think narcissists, they got, like, that's why I say it's a demon, because they know how to smell you. Like, you could be just chilling on a doggone bench, and they will smell you, come sit by you, and start telling you a bunch of lies, totally bull crap. So it's so interesting, because I decided to talk about this tonight, because I just, and this is the thing. It's just like, I think we need to be more aware with these things. I'm just seeing so much in my coaching, like you're not healthy if you leave your significant other after you have a child from her, and leave her while she's in the hospital, or give her or him and pass a disease, like, or um, uh, you know make them make them, like, question their very reality. It's just not healthy. It's just not healthy. And that's why I call it a supernatural thing, because they get into your psyche, and they poison your psyche to make you feel like you are everything to them, until they come to a place that they start to discard. So they do have actions and reactions to everything they do. They'll love bomb you, and they'll bring you close, push you away, bring you close, push you away. And, like, a lot of my clients that describe it, they say, he just pushes me away. No. Or she just pushes me away. No, that's a discarding process. Bring you very close, nurture you, and it's almost like making you feel pain, and then they bring you in to comfort the pain, to then again put you in pain. And so it's systematic, and it's calculated. And that's what's so sad about it, because it's a calculated behavior. And, you know, when you start getting perspective, because many of the women that I coach, they have, nervous system issues, like, really bad. Like, they don't know how to regulate their nervous system, because when you have somebody that's love bombing you and then pulling you in and then pushing you out. And each time they pull you in, they push you out a little further because they're testing you. And then the next thing they know, they'll push you out on a cliff and see how you respond. And if you go overboard on that cliff and you start crawling up to be with them, they know that they have won your affection. So, and I'm just going to let you know, it's never going to be the same the first time you met them. It will never return to that. Do not pray for it to return. Do not wish for it to return. Do not beg for it to return, because that part that you saw to get you, all it was is a bait, and a bait and hook to bait you, to hook you, to get you on a cycle that you are really in this cycle. And what they do, and it's so crazy, because what they will do, they will ignore you, or they will they do horrible things. And every person is different. Every person is different. If it's a female, it's different, you know. If it's a male, it's different, but it's all the same thing. It's narcissistic behavior. And then they have their supply, and that supply is you and other women that, or other men that they have supplied you with, right? And they just go into this vicious circle, doing this to you. So it's kind of interesting. You know what? I haven't used this lighting in a long time. Let me see. Let me see. It's kind of interesting how it works, because so many women of us, all, you know, so many women fall for it. And it's a doggone shame, because we do fall for it. Men do too. But yeah. So how do you identify that you are with a narcissist? It's very hard to identify in the early stages. That's why I feel, don't feel rushed to rush into a relationship, because the thing is that while you trying to rush in that relationship, you may be unhealed. And especially if you haven't done your healing, you are a sitting duck. If you do not do your healing, you are a sitting duck for people like this, because they can smell you. They have bionic noses. They look for, because they're predators. You know, they're predators. And the things that they will do to you will be diabolical. It will make you sick. It will make you sick what they do. And so, you know, you need to be totally healed before you even think of entering into any type of relationship, because this is, you know, narcissists, they can smell if you're unhealed. They can smell if you're insecure. They can smell you from a mile away. And they look for you so they can beguile you, so they can play their little games with you. And what's so crazy is that they will break up with you and go to their other source, because they're narcissists. They need that excitement. I don't know what it is. It's a sad thing. And I was just reading about this, that 1 out of 5 people have narcissism. And what's so interesting, if you got 20 people, in that 20 people of crowds, there's going to be four people in there that are narcissists. That's a really high number if you think about it. So these people lack empathy. They lack the ability to love. They are critical. They will criticize your very being. Nothing you do will be right. And then if you do something right, they will minimize, and they will not respect you. You will not be respected. It will be a flip and switch every time. A flip and stitch You will be in this container that all your reality will be like almost like delusional, because you're not going to be able to see, because a lot of times what they'll do is they will isolate you from your friends, they will isolate you from even their family, and they will isolate you from your family because they need you alone, because they literally get off on manipulating and seeing what they can do, the power of the mind. How can they actually control the power of your mind? And so identifying that early in the relationship is very easy, because they will tell you that you are so wonderful, you are so beautiful. They, oh, I just love you. You're just everything that I've always wanted. I am just so into you, just so they can create an environment that you put your guard down, and then you begin to silk into their arms. And it's a sad state of affairs, because I think I told you a couple of years ago, I had a client come to me, and she basically, because before I even work with someone, I always do a consultation. I want to sit with them and I want to see. I just want to see where they're at, where their headspace is. And as I'm, doing the interview, I think I sat with her maybe 10-15 minutes, and I just had to say, I can't coach you, because she was not ready yet. And that's how, and it determines what determines the difficult of release is how long you've been in it. Because some narcissists are violent, some of them are mentally violent, some of them are physically violent. And so the longer you're in that situation, the harder it is to get out. And once you get out of that situation, you must go to therapy, because literally they have rewired your mind. You know, they have rewired your mind. Many of my clients didn't even like their whole appearance. And what's so interesting, when they begin to take back their mind, which is very difficult to do, because they have you so twisted in a mind that you think you're going crazy. You don't know yourself. You can't identify yourself. You don't even know who you are. So basically, when you're going to therapy, you're finding yourself again, and you have to find yourself in order to be able to see the narcissism. So a lot of times when they're in session with me, I notice it's just like, and one thing I always ask my clients, I says, send me a picture before, because you can see somebody that's in a narcissistic relationship, they'll be before they get therapy, and after they get therapy, it's like night and day. It's like night and day. When they're in the situation, they look sickly, they look tired, they have no self-esteem, even the way they stand, even the way they come into a room, they're constantly saying sorry. That, this is mental abuse on a high level. And this is why I kind of wanted to talk about it, because some of my sessions are like that. And I just wanted to know, how can I be more effective in helping people understand, and how do we block or stop this behavior that's happening to them at this point in time. And that's when I started working with the nervous system, because the nervous system is a key element. That's how you identify where you're at with someone that is unsafe for you. And so what happens is, as children, we learn these patterns, and these patterns are things that we have learned within our family dynamic that also have um, just dysregulated our nervous system, because we have to adapt to um, what? No way. Are you serious? See, that's narcissism right there. Are you serious? So, are you going to stay? Have you talked to him about it? Have you, like, confronted him about the behavior? See, this is what I'm talking about. And the thing about it, that discard is the most painful thing. And a lot of times it's somebody that just, like, you're shocked with who they are with. I'm so sorry you're going through that. It must be very painful for you. It must be very painful.